Hello, my name's Dave Flippo. I teach jazz and classical piano, theory and composition, and a wide variety of styles. I teach all levels. I can teach from a complete beginner all the way to advanced levels. I have a doctorate in music composition from the University of Michigan. I went to Eastman School of Music for that, and then came to Chicago and studied jazz and dove into the jazz scene, and have a band that plays all my originals. So I've been teaching for 30 years. I taught at the Swain Music Studios for probably 25 years, which is up in the North Shore. Um, and I never really taught online that much, but this COVID virus situation thrust me into the online world. And I teach at two colleges, so I was teaching classes online and lessons. And I've built up a pretty good studio. I should mention that I can teach privately through my own studio and also through the College of Lake County in Grayslake, Illinois, where I've been teaching for 25 years. I also teach at Triton College, but that's mainly classes that I teach there. I don't teach private lessons through them. So if you want to study with me, you can take college level classes through College of Lake County, or just call me up and study with me privately. I have two different cameras that I use and my computer, and I can show you lots of different vantage points in order to teach effectively in a piano lesson. I'm comfortable using Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, or any other platform that you'd like to try. Let me show you some of the camera angles and the things that I can show you when I'm teaching a lesson. There's actually quite a lot of resources available at the drop of a hat when I'm on a computer like this. So let me just show you. First of all, we have this camera. This is my face, so we can have like a one-on-one conversation and look at each other. This camera right here shows you the keyboard, and I can, it's kind of from above, you can see voicings. I can mention fingerings, go to 4, then I go to 5, something like that. And I can zip it up just like that. Isn't this fun? And I have a piece of paper here that I can write examples. Somebody, a little Moonlight Sonata, I stretched it out so that you could see the spacing and the fingering. This is an example of the lesson notes that I would send you. You know, I'd write the date on it, tell you what I'd like you to do for the week, and I'd PDF this to you right away at the end of the lesson. I can also pull up a piece of music and just point out what part I'm talking about on the music, and write on it, write some fingerings on this, or do an analysis on it and PDF you that. I can also get my music out like this, and this thing is zoomable. I can move in a little bit like that to make sure you can see everything. This is a little Bach piece. If I want to write in some fingering in here, if I want to point out an area, and play a little portion of it to let you hear what I think it should sound like. Another useful camera is a side camera that I have. And with this one, you can get a two-handed view, kind of from the side, and you can see how my fingers are moving up and down, technique, kind of things like that, preparing a note. You can see shooting the thumb, coming over with a finger, the wrist, the straightness of the wrist, all these kind of things that are important in piano technique. The other thing that's very useful in online lesson is that I can share my screen and show you a lot of different material quickly that I have prepared. I set these things up before the lesson. So for instance, here's a theoretical thing, just comparing the 7 chords, something from one of my classes, in my theory classes. And I can explain, you know, the different types of 7 chords and kind of give you an overall visual of it. Here's a piece of music that's analyzed. I might want to show you the different key areas in a piece and show you the analysis of it. Just goes on and on and on. This piece, Turn Out the Stars by Bill Evans, it goes through so many keys. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. Sometimes I'll share a piece of music, and we'll look at the music on screen, and I can point out different things, phrasing, fingering, things like that. I also might want to use YouTube to show you a clip, let you listen to something, a certain style. Here's a Bill Evans clip here. Okay, so those are some of the things I'm able to do with my studio and the different perspectives I can give you in a lesson. Thanks for letting me introduce my studio to you. Of course, I haven't talked much about music. There's some information on the webpage about my background and my training and interests and where I've taught. I'd love to talk to you about your musical goals, your background, what you'd like to get out of lessons. And I'm very flexible, and I love just custom making lessons for each person. I hope to hear from you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.